who could have a Heisman Trophy moment this week here in Week 12 of the college football season. We saw Fernando Mendoza kind of have his highlight last week with the drive there at the end of the game to beat Penn State. The throw in the back of the end zone. The catch was better than the throw, but the bottom line was I think Fernando's had his Heisman moment for the regular season at least. He's got Wisconsin and Purdue still left. He's not going to get any, not going to be seen at all in those two football games. We got Ty Simpson, though, this week going against a really good Oklahoma defense. This is a time for Ty Simpson, to punch his name back on the ticket. I think the last 2 weeks he hasn't looked anywhere near, especially last week. He missed a lot of open passes and a couple touchdowns there if he would have hit them. But I think Ty Simpson has a real chance to put a statement game together here. He still has to go to Auburn in a couple weeks, and he still potentially could have an SEC championship game to put off a big number. But I think this is a week where if Ty Simpson's a serious Heisman Trophy contender, he's going to have some kind of moment in this game that's going to give him and propel him up the leaderboard even more than he already is. I think if he has a mediocre game, I think he'll just crash right off of it. Another person who could really make a step this week in the Heisman Trophy, in my opinion, is Gunnar Stockton. Gunnar Stockton's got a big game against Texas. I'd be interested to see how this game plays out, throughout the game. But I think this is a real opportunity that Gunnar Stockton, he's got this game against Texas. He's got another game in a couple weeks against Georgia Tech where he's going to be, having to outduel Haynes King in that game. So I think this would be a great opportunity for Gunnar Stockton to go have a Heisman type of moment against Texas and then do it again against Georgia Tech, and he can surely jump his way for sure into the top 4 or 5, depending on what's invited. I think Jeremiah Love, he's still got an opportunity, but he needs to go out against Pittsburgh and put up another big game like he did against USC a few weeks ago, rush for over 200 yards, and make a statement, against a pretty decent Pitt team overall. So I think Jeremiah Love can make a run there. I think Marcel Reed, he needs to have a big game this week and bury South Carolina and then come back and beat Texas. And then we got Julian Sayin. Julian Sayin's just comfortably sitting along here. He's got 2 weeks here between UCLA and Rutgers. He just needs to go out and do his 80% completions again, 300 some yards, and then he needs to go on the road at Michigan, and that's where he'll have his Heisman moment. All of these guys have a chance in the championship games, but look, the voting will be due the Monday after the championship game, so there's a very good chance people have their minds made up before then. So there it is. Todd Talks College Football. We'll see you soon.